Kobbie Mainoo is being let down by the England boss Gareth Southgate, and the fans are not having it. Meanwhile, Christian Eriksen is balling as a 10. Was he let down by the system at Manchester United as he ages close to his exit from the Red Devils? Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Here is a wrap up of all Manchester United news today. Like, share, and subscribe as we do get into this Manchester United talk. Now, the most current, I think, I should be talking about is the fact that Kobbie Mainoo is continuously not being put to good use by the England boss Gareth Southgate. And I will say it, Kobbie and Cole Palmer are the reasons why Gareth Southgate will be sacked probably before the end of this tournament, because it is unacceptable. England fans are up in arms already all over social media. They don't understand it because really the substitutions that Southgate made in that 1-0 draw against Denmark, how do you leave Palmer? And he's not a Man United guy, but I'll talk about it because this boy has scored 42 or assisted 42 times, scored or assisted 42 times for in England last season, more than anyone in the top 5 leagues in Europe. But he cannot afford just 5 minutes or even 10 minutes in a terrible game like that against Denmark. And you tell me that, but the manager is bringing on the Gallaghers and, Eze, name them, but he can't have a minute for him. Kobbie Mainoo will simply open up everything, pull out Trent Alexander-Arnold, play Kobbie together with Jude Bellingham. Trust you me, that team will be a whole different elephant. It will be a whole different beast. But the boy is rotting on the bench. And Man United fans can be thinking, this doesn't matter. This is not Man United. We don't care. I'll tell you why you care. How Kobbie feels or performs in the Euros is going to have a huge impact on how he starts the season back at Manchester United. I'll tell you, it will have a huge impact because Kobbie, in his heart of hearts, knows that he deserves more time, more playing time in that England team. But because the boss, uh, Gareth Southgate, is stuck to his guns. When I saw that he named the unchanged team for this game, that's the moment I said, you know what, this guy is not serious. I just watched the first half. The second half, I gave up because I clearly saw that he will not bring on Kobbie. I knew it. And indeed, you can look after the game what's trending. And this, to imagine that this is the manager that Ineos wanted to bring at Man United, at some point, I was almost convinced that he would make better use of Kobbie than Erik Ten Hag. I apologize. I was sorry. I revoked my statement because him not even seeing that just bringing Kobbie and playing him alongside Jude Bellingham would make England much better, because just the few times we've seen them play together, their levels are close to each other. They are two smart footballers, comfortable on the ball. Everything Bellingham can do, Kobbie can do in equal measure, perhaps even better. Play them together if the game is not working. Don't tell me about inexperience. Don't tell me about they'll have their time. This is the time for Gareth Southgate. It's either now or never. Clearly now, regardless how it goes for England, they will sack him. I'll tell you, don't be shocked if he's sacked before he touches down from Germany back to the UK. Because clearly, with the way he's approaching these games, England is not going far. Yet on the other side, our Christian Eriksen is balling. I kept telling people, Eriksen is an exciting number 10. And many a time, I've felt like the presence of Bruno as a number 10, and not to say that Bruno is a bad number 10, but him playing in 10 blocks a couple of players. Yet Bruno can play well as an 8, can do a lot good coming from the deeper positions as an 8. But because Erik Ten Hag keeps playing him as a 10, it 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 affects other players. So you saw him how he enjoyed himself for Denmark. The first game he was man of the match. This time around he was also still enjoying himself. But at Man United, many a time he was played as a 6, a few times as an 8, but many times even when Kobbie was there, he was played as a 6. And you're thinking, whereas yes, he can try and manage it. I think for me, Christian Eriksen is a very good number 10. His best football has been a number 10. And of course, the performances he's putting in now for Denmark bring a debate now whether Man United should keep him. The debates are beginning to arise now. Should he be staying if he's going to be playing like this? But then he wants to be a starter. He wants to play more time. Suddenly, Erik Ten Hag won't drop Bruno to 8 and play him as a 10. It won't happen. But for me, I think Christian Eriksen is better off as a number 10. If he could be able to be number 2, comfortably be a backup, I think it would perhaps give us a few, maybe 1 or 2 more good years. because this experience is needed. Anyway, we need a few experienced players in the team, not just a bunch of new young signings, and a few experienced ones who are inconsistent. So for me, I think Eriksen is proving to us what we already know. When is the last time you saw Christian Eriksen play as a 10 for Manchester United, for example? Try to sit back and recall. I think you can struggle to remember that time. So I think for me it's very important. I have to check on my microphone because at times it goes off and I don't notice. So yeah, but Eriksen had a beautiful game. Rasmus Højlund, again, struggling, hasn't scored now in 10 games, hasn't scored for Denmark, he hasn't found the net. He will probably hear about what's going on with Joshua Zirkzee, and he will be unsettled, knowing that, of course, a hot striker is bound to come now and try to push him, which I think is what we want to see. Now, speaking of Joshua Zirkzee, as we speak, the bid is expected to go in soon. Man United are believed to be putting together the bid for this young Dutch striker. So soon, probably by tomorrow, we might hear an official bid has gone into Bologna. So I think that's significant progress there for Manchester United. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has, of course, there is a lot that he spoke about in his interview, talking about what they're doing at Man United and the things they're improving. Now, there's other thing I liked. Of course, I'll keep picking one thing from his statements because, I mean, he's the guy we're looking at now to lead us back to utopia. But he said that Man United, the manager situation is the list of issues at Man United. But he went on to say that Man United has got a lot of issues to solve, and he's determined to solve each and every one of them. That's the assurance he gave us, that he will solve each and every one of the issues that are there to solve at Manchester United. That is the assurance that Ineos, the chief himself, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, gave. For me, I think that's good to hear. In that exclusive interview he did with Bloomberg, I think that's good to hear. It gives you hope that whatever is going on is well thought, it's well calculated. He said that when he joined Manchester United, he was negatively surprised by how bad Manchester United was, by how bad things were. So, but he said he's one who looks at a glass as half full. So it's an opportunity. What that means that for him, he saw an opportunity to improve. So when you say problem, you can either look at it as almost failing, or you look at it as an opportunity to improve, which is always okay. There's always good to improve. Even here on the Netted Hotspot, there's a lot to improve. We need to improve on our lighting. We need to improve on our sound, on our set. So you look at it as an opportunity to improve. So that if you look at life like that, for me, I think that's a positive way to live. Look at the bad things, the things that are lacking, as opportunities for you to do better and make better. And at the end of the day, you look back at where you came from and you will be happy. So even for Ineos, came in, so they wrote at Man United, they said, okay, it is disappointing, it is surprising, shockingly surprising, but it's a big time opportunity for us to improve. He said that the Old Trafford, I mean, this was, I think, of course, a joke. Old Trafford has I think, the third biggest waterfall or something. I forget the choice of words, but it was a funny thing to come from him. But yeah, he shows you that he's aware of these things, and trust you me, they are dealing with all of them. They are sorting them, but most importantly, the football is being handled meticulously. For me, that's very important. My name is Webb. I do hope that Gareth Southgate does save his job by giving time to both Palmer and Kobbie Mainoo, because those two could be the reason the whole competition turns for England. I'll tell you that. Subscribe, like, and share, and I'll catch you later.